You ask an AI for a cinematic portrait of a knight in golden light, but what you get is a masterpiece, right up until you notice the 7 fingers clutching the sword. It happens with text generators too. You ask for a clean, professional product description, and the AI injects floating text artifacts or spams you with corporate jargon about synergy. The core issue is that AI models do not actually understand what a human hand is or what good writing sounds like. They operate entirely on statistical probability, matching patterns from massive datasets. This diagram shows how a standard prompt functions like a powerful magnet. It pulls in the exact elements you ask for, but it simultaneously drags along all the statistical junk attached to those concepts. Your first instinct is probably to write a longer, more detailed positive prompt. But mathematically, adding more descriptive words to your request does not prevent those unwanted artifacts from slipping through. Relying entirely on positive instructions leaves you with a flawed control system. You are constantly telling the model what to do, but you are never telling it what to avoid. That is exactly where a negative prompt comes in. It is a specific set of instructions that explicitly tells the model which concepts to reject during generation. If your positive prompt defines the destination you want to reach, the negative prompt acts as barricades, blocking off the bad roads along the way. This diagram shows the vector mechanics. The AI evaluates both prompts simultaneously, plotting a path toward your destination while building red barriers to block traits like blur or extra fingers. It constantly adjusts its trajectory, bouncing away from errors to balance those forces. This is not magic. It is a direct manipulation of the model's instruction ecosystem, forcing it to weigh preferences against each other. But this balancing act only works if your positive prompt is actually strong enough to begin with. You have to provide a clear destination before you start shutting down the side streets. And because every AI architecture is built differently, they weigh these exclusions differently. One model might aggressively avoid low quality when you type it, while another barely registers the command. You have to test your specific model's sensitivity. Using a dual prompting system changes your entire workflow. Instead of passively hoping the AI guesses right, you are actively defining the exact operational boundaries. While we usually hear about this with image generators, negative prompts are equally vital for language models and text workflows. Language models have highly predictable failures: overly aggressive sales tones, endless walls of bullet points, and robotic, repetitive filler phrases. Let's say you need a product description. You can give the model your standard prompt, but then add strict negative instructions to avoid pushy language, block all emojis, and exclude corporate cliches. Actively restricting the model's vocabulary by banning specific jargon is a far more reliable way to achieve a clean brand tone than simply asking the AI to sound professional. The most common mistake people make is treating negative prompts like a keyword dump. They find massive 80-word lists of banned terms online, blindly pasting them into every single request. This animation shows exactly what happens when you do that. As dozens of restriction walls close in simultaneously, the model is over-constrained by conflicting instructions, flattening the output into a sterile, lifeless result. To avoid that, use a 4-step refinement protocol. Step 1 is simple. Clearly define the exact result you want with a strong primary prompt. Step 2 is prediction. Think about the subject matter and anticipate the highly probable failures. If you are asking for a portrait, you know the AI is going to struggle with hands and eyes. Step 3 is writing a lean, targeted list of exclusions. Block only those predicted failures, like no extra fingers or no blur, and leave the rest of the model's associations intact. Finally, step 4 is testing. Generate the output, inspect it, and adjust your negative constraints based exclusively on the new mistakes the model makes. Remember, a negative prompt cannot rescue a weak idea. It can only refine a request that already has a strong core direction. The highest quality AI outputs do not come from forcing the model down a single rigid path. They come from building precise, calm fences around the generation space, surgically eliminating the failures before they ever appear.